If you are some my head, you I say we are got to do no. I just why we lose you.
Begin when I carry for back. He no say Johnny far. Begin when I carry for back. He no say Roddy far. You won't collect today, you won't collect tomorrow. Forget he say, you got to double yours. You won't collect today, you won't collect tomorrow. Forget he say, you got to double yours.
Nothing at all. You like go juju calabar. Give me moral like I be bouncer. Paragon. Take me higher, don't want to land. Until now I don't understand it. Why no matter what I do, it's not enough. If I do 99 good, it go remain. Don't know how to show you my love without fucking up. Well, I am faded. Just a shaking. Make you know they shall I don't want nobody to give my matter like. For this life I day, I want to be celebrated. Don't wanna waste my days, I want to spend them on enjoyment. Baby, trabaje, make you know they shall I don't want nobody to give my matter like. For this life I day, I want to be celebrated. Don't wanna waste my days, I want to spend them on enjoyment. You spend 2 years, but then it's you. Every day party,
I'll be on the phone, calling you tonight. I wanna make you show me, make we know the fight. I don't wanna sleep alone, wanna hold you tight, but I fool my eyes, but I'll be alright. Forever, on my laptop, on my
evening, everyone, and welcome to Africa's Young Entrepreneurs Weekly Assembly. Thank you so much all for joining in today. All right, so we're about to kick off the assembly very soon, but I would like for us to copy the link which says we are live. Copy the link which says we are live and share it across all your social media platforms. Make sure you bring in someone into the room today. Make sure you're not joined in the room alone. Make sure you have someone here with you. Invite your family, your friends, your loved ones, whoever you would want to be part of this experience today with you. Make sure you invite them into the room as we start today's assembly. All right, so we'll just enjoy 1 or 2 minutes of music from DJ Keith as we start the assembly. We'll be starting soon. See you all. Thank you so much.
Say them go feel it, them go run it down, them go hold it, them go. I'll be talking to myself, and I don't even notice. She got me feeling like a zombie, and she they shoot like Chuck Norris. The way she put that body down, you got me falling truly. I just touched down. When I see you now, serving on the phone, calling you tonight. I wanna make you show me, make me know the fight. I don't wanna sleep alone, wanna hold you tight. I fool my eyes, but I'll be alright. Forever, on my laptop, on my keto, on my sheet on. Say them go feel it, them go run it down, them go hold it, them go. Say them go feel it, them go run it down, them go hold it, them go.
Good evening, African entrepreneurs, and welcome to today's assembly. You're welcome, you're welcome, you are welcome. Thank you so much for joining us here today. This is Africa's Young Entrepreneurs Weekly Assembly, a community that brings outstanding entrepreneurs, amazing entrepreneurs from all across Africa in one space. Now, you can imagine the explosive and the mind-blowing things that happen in this room every Saturday when we gather here. Once more, you're welcome. Thank you so much. We're so happy to see so many bright and amazing faces in the room today. Everyone is looking so splendid and so great today. Thank you all so much for joining us here today. All right, so right away, we'll be watching a short video, which basically explains to us how to attend a Zoom meeting. Now, this video is very important for those people who are just joining in for the first time, as it's going to help you understand how to properly attend a Zoom meeting. So pay close attention as you watch the video, and see you soon. Thank you.
How to attend an online video meeting. Number 1, always stay in the center of the screen. Your face should be in the middle of the screen, not at the top or at the bottom of the screen. Number 2, your camera should always be at face level, maintaining a distance of 30 centimeters or an arm length from the screen. Number 3, your lighting should always be in front of you, not behind you. Number 4, always use the landscape option when using the video call option on your phone. Number 5, your background should be simplistic with plain decor. This keeps the attention of the audience focused on you. Number 6, always make sure there are no moving objects or people behind you while you're in an active meeting. Number 7, always keep your camera on. It is considered unprofessional and in most gatherings unacceptable to leave your camera turned off. Number 8, remember to switch off your mic or mute it when not actively participating in a conversation or dialogue. Number 9, always check to make sure your name and company name appear on the window tab. Number 10, always try to be still. Avoid making too many movements or fidgeting during a meeting. Number 11, Eating food or having a snack during a video session is considered rude and indecent. However, having a glass of water, tea, or coffee is acceptable. Number 12. When speaking, also try to maintain a normal tone or pitch. Never shout or speak erratically. Number 13. Be on time and ready. Make sure you have everything set up 10 minutes ahead of the appointed time. Number 14. Always look smart. Dress appropriately, you never know who's watching. Number 15. Always let the team know when you're done speaking by indicating "I'm done" or "thank you." Number 16. Do not exceed your time limit. Number 17. Always have your pen and notepad ready so you can take down important points and highlights of the meeting. This is very important. Number 18. Make sure all the necessary devices are functional and running, such as your mic, camera, speakers, and internet connection. Also check your device battery status to make sure they are fully charged. Number 19. Always stay focused and attentive during the meeting. Avoid multitasking so you don't get yourself and others distracted. Number 20. Most importantly, try to be yourself. Stay calm and smile. Thank you. This video was brought to you by Africa's Young Entrepreneurs, AYE, the largest entrepreneurship network in Africa.
Welcome back, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us here once again. Thank you all for joining us. Okay, so we'll be starting the assembly now, and I can see so many bright and beautiful faces in the room today. Thank you all for joining. I can see so many people's cameras turned on already. Thank you for that. If you're yet to turn on your camera, please, I would love for you to do so. If you're in a convenient space, if it's convenient for you, please try to turn on your camera so that it's easy for us to be able to identify you outside. So when I see you outside, it's easy for me to know that, oh, this is Victor, this is Samantha from AYE. So always try as much as possible to turn on your cameras anytime you're in the assembly. This is going to help the communication. This is going to help us connect better in the assembly. So thank you so much as you do that. We really appreciate your presence in the room today. And if it's not a convenient thing for you as well, if you're not in a convenient environment or you're out or something, you can always put up a good picture so that at least we can see your picture, even if we can't see you live in the room. So just put up a good picture and don't forget to rename yourself. It's important for you to rename yourself. You can just click on the lower side of your screen and you see the option to rename. So you can change your name to whatever it is, if it's Victor, if it's Samantha, whatever your name is, and of course your sector. So if you're into tech, you can always put Victor Tech or Victor Tailoring or whatever it is that you're into as an entrepreneur. So you can always do that so that it's easy for us to identify you. Once more, thank you so much for joining us here in Africa's Young Entrepreneurs Assembly. All right, so we'll be moving on right away. We'll be taking our members' creed. The members' creed is very, very, very important to us here in the assembly. I mean, for those of us who have been joining the assembly previously, you would know that this is something that we hold dearly to our hearts. It's a prayer, it's an affirmation, it's a positive confession, something that we tell ourselves every single time as AYE members, and it resonates strongly with each and every one of us. So thank you once more for joining in. And with our AYE club, just like this, join me as I welcome my African brother, the Chief of Staff to Mr. President, Mr. Faith Olani, as he takes us on our members' creed. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Emanuela. It's good to see you again. It's good to see all our beautiful faces. I'm so glad to see you. I can't always wait every Saturday. You know, I can see Alok, I can see a lot of beautiful people. I can see Mr. President, whose shirt and suit is matching even his background. You know, oh, when it's changed, I didn't see President smile. Okay, it's good to be here. Good to be here. And of course, this is one part that I love the most. And I remember earlier today, we were talking about this and President was saying, you are always saying that you know the creed, that's to tell you how much I actually love the creed. And that, of course, that's why I know it by heart, and it's very simple. And this is why I love it. And I believe that this will resonate with a lot of people who are Pan-African. It's because this creed tells us about who we are in Africa. It tells us about what we represent. It tells us about our goal, our purpose, as an African. And of course, it symbolizes the whole concept of Africa, which is unity, which is oneness, which is, of course, development, growth, and all of these beautiful things. And to do our members' creed, we always do a symbol. This symbol, we put our fists like this. This symbol symbolizes unity and oneness. It symbolizes unity and oneness. So I would ask two people to join me with this creed. I can see the way EA is looking, so I think I'd like to call her. I've asked her to mute. She's having a African fighter look, and of course I would ask Emanuela to join me to recite the creed. I've asked you to mute. So it's simple. I am an African entrepreneur.
I am an African entrepreneur.
I believe in Africa.
I believe in Africa.
I am in love with Africa.
I am in love with Africa.
I am proud of Africa.
I am proud of Africa.
And I will prosper in Africa.
And I will prosper in Africa.
I am an African for a purpose.
I am an African for a purpose.
And for that purpose do I live.
And for that purpose do I live.
I believe in the development of our great continent.
I believe in the development of our great continent.
I solemnly promise to uphold the vision.
I solemnly promise to uphold the vision.
Values and goals of Africa's Young Entrepreneurs Organization.
Values and goals of Africa's Young Entrepreneurs Organization.
Promise to love and support my fellow Africans.
I promise to love and support my fellow Africans.
I promise to promote a united Africa everywhere I go.
I promise to promote a united Africa everywhere I go.
Because I believe that.
Because I believe that.
If you can achieve this much alone,
how much more can
we achieve together?
It's long.
Tato tangata follow Valawina Le tour sami tele O mai Uva ele luita wele Tapena pena Olo olo waka Awe awe Kuku imua Te manu lele etataki
At night we name every star. We know where we are. We know who we are, who we are. Away, away. We set a course to find a brand new island everywhere we roll. Away, away. We keep our island in our mind. And when it's time to find home, we know the way. In a never-ending chain. We know the way.
Okay, hello everyone. I trust we are doing good and we are enjoying this session already. So I'm going to be talking to us about AY, but before I go on, I quickly want to talk about our creed. There is a particular line in the creed that actually, stood out for me, and it stands out for me every time we take the creed, and that is the part that says, "I will prosper in Africa. I believe in Africa. I will prosper in Africa." And I want us to not just always take the creed as we are just reading it. I want us to always make emphasis like on some of the words with assurance and belief, because truly we will all prosper in Africa. And I'm sure that we are all proud to be African, and we are proud that we are in Africa. So I'm going to be talking to us about AYE, and I'm Fayemi, and this is a bit about what we do in the community. Africa's Young Entrepreneurs is the largest entrepreneurship network in Africa, with footprint across 20 African countries. Since the year 2012, African Young Entrepreneurs has identified, showcased, and empowered budding and emerging entrepreneurs to either commence or scale up their businesses with the relevant resources, such as business funding, executive masterclass in entrepreneurship development, mentorship, access to angels, investors, and networking. Our vision is to develop, empower, and showcase African entrepreneurs for poverty eradication, job creation, and economic development. And what is our mission? Our mission is to build platforms where African entrepreneurs can collaborate, network, trade, and be trained to become greater, better, and be able to favorably compete with the developed countries. For those of us who are just joining us and are not active members yet, or you've been part of us and you are not yet an active member, please visit www.ayeorganization.com to become an active member of the organization, so that you can get a lot of other benefits that we all are enjoying right now. I'm sure the website link has been dropped in the chat room by the admin. Please visit the link immediately after the assembly. Ladies and gentlemen, all around the world, I hereby welcome you to today's assembly.
Step into the sun. There is more to see than can ever be seen, more to do than can ever be done. Ooh, there is far too much to take in here, more to find they can never be found. But the sun rolling high through the sapphire sky keeps great and small on the endless round. It's the sun of God, and it moves us all through the spirit pole. Faith and all.
Yes, it's a circle that connects each and every one of us as African brothers and sisters. We are proud to be Africans and we are in love with Africa, sorry. We are also more than happy to be part and to identify with a community like AYE, Africa's Young Entrepreneurs Organization, a community that brings outstanding entrepreneurs from all across the continent together in one space, which is why our slogan says, if you can achieve this much alone, how much more can we achieve together? This simply means that you've been doing so well in Ghana, you've been doing so well in Zimbabwe, you've been doing so well in Cameroon, whichever country or wherever you are in Africa, and then you can imagine how much more we can achieve when we all put our hands together as African brothers and sisters. This is what our community teaches. This is what our community strongly believes in. So this is a community that connects each and every one of us together in one space. A lot of explosive, mind-blowing ideas and mind-blowing things happen every Saturday in this room where we gather together. Once more, you're welcome. Thank you so much for joining us here today. All right, so if you're just joining us for the first time, we'd love to celebrate you. We are happy to have you here with us. Trust me, this is a community that you love to be part of. We're like a family here. We're always there for one another when there's any need to be there for you. So you're welcome, and trust me, you're going to enjoy your time with us here in AYE. Thank you so much for joining. We appreciate you. Thank you so much for joining us here today. So next up, we'll be moving on right away, and next we'll be taking our testimonials, our business testimonials. Okay, so this is a community where we like to celebrate with you when you have your wins, when there's anything good that has happened to you in your business, in any aspect of your life, you can always come here and share with us and we will celebrate with you because like I mentioned earlier, we're a family here. So we always like to celebrate your joys, your wins, your celebrations with you. So if you have any testimonials to share, if anything has happened to you throughout the month of May, you know that we're in a new month, we're starting a new month now. So if there's anything that has happened to you in your business, in your career, and you would love to share with us so that we can celebrate with you today, please raise your hand, just use the reaction button and we'll call you to share your testimonies, your testimonials with us today. As we do that, I'd love to read a few testimonies that I have. Don't forget, if you cannot come and share your testimonies with us here real time, you have the opportunity to always send in your testimonies to our email address, which is testimonials@email.com. I'm sure they'll send it to the chat room now. So you can copy it, and whenever you have any testimonies to share, you can always send it there and we will definitely read them out for you in the assembly. Okay, so I just have two testimonies here which I would like to read out, of course, before I give the opportunity for other people who would love to share their testimonies with us today to share. So the first testimony that I have here with me is from Henry. Henry says, I get so much value from the Entrepreneurs Assembly every week. Last week, I learned about how to pitch properly and I was encouraged by the investors around. This is a platform that's so into the development of entrepreneurs, and I write to say thank you. Thank you so much, Henry, for sharing your testimonies. Thank you. I'm sure we all enjoyed the last Saturday's assembly, which of course was our marketplace, where everyone got the opportunity to pitch their ideas and to pitch their businesses. And of course, I'm actually expecting to see testimonies already with regards to the last marketplace that we had. So if there's anything that has happened to you from then till now, which you would love to share with us, feel free, don't be shy, of course. Just feel free, raise up your hand, and of course, we'll call you so that you can share your testimonies with us. Thank you so much, Henry, for sharing your testimony. Okay, so the next testimony is from Imani. Imani says, this month of May, I recorded my highest sale this year. I just want to share this good news with the entire family. I have been putting all we are learning into practice, and it has been truly helpful to me. Thank you and God bless you. Thank you and God bless you too, Imani. Thank you for sharing your testimony with us. So Imani's testimony basically brings me back to our video on how to attend a Zoom meeting. So you can see that other people who are actually putting all the things that we've been teaching into practice are coming back with their testimonies. So what this serves to teach us today is the fact that if you're coming to the assembly and you're not taking anything back with you, you're doing something wrong. You should definitely be putting all that we've been teaching into practice. And trust me, you'll be sharing your own testimony, just like Imani has just shared his today. Thank you once again, Imani, and thank you. Okay, so we'll be moving on to the people that we have with us in the room. I can see Martin. Martin, if you're ready for me, over to you. Please share your testimony with us. Thank you. Okay, so while we wait for Martin, because I just saw his camera turned on. While we wait for Martin, Wisdom, over to you. Are you ready for us? Okay, great. Over to you. Please share your testimony. Thank you.
Good evening, everybody. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you perfectly. Good evening, Wisdom.
Okay, I had the opportunity to pitch my business for the first time in the last session, and I just want to say last month was very wonderful for my business for the fact that I was able to join this community, and that is enough testimony for me because it's a platform to learn, it's a platform to grow, and it's a platform to expand my business. So thank you so much, AYA.
Thank you so much, Wisdom, for sharing. Thank you so much. We absolutely agree with you. Being here alone is a testimony on its own, because if you're not sharing your testimony today, doesn't mean you're not going to share it tomorrow. A lot of impactful things are happening in this room. And trust me, one day it's going to be your turn, because a lot of things are happening here. And one day you'll be able to share your testimonies with us from all that you've gained and all that has been impacted in your life from the AYA Weekly Assembly. Once again, Wisdom, thank you so much. We would like to move on now to the business of the day, because there's no other testimonials for us today. So we would like to move on to the business of the day. I'm sure everyone is so excited right now because we always miss our president anytime he's not teaching. So today, trust me, today is like Christmas Day because it only comes once in a month. So we're all excited. And me personally, I've been cracking my head for so long now to try and find out what Mr. President has in store for us today. When I heard the topic, Oh God of Creation, I was wondering, like, what is he trying to say? Because I'm sure everyone here can agree with me. When Mr. President brings out a topic, it's always so confusing. Like you're trying to figure out, like, what's in this man's head? What's in this man's brain? Like, what's this new one about? It's always, the topics are never straightforward. So I'm sure everyone would agree with me that today's topic is very intriguing, and we are all coming in with our pens, our books, everything ready to download all that you have to offer us today from your wealth of wisdom, Mr. President. Thank you for all that you do for us, and join me with our AY clap as I welcome no other than the president, the founder of our amazing organization, Africa's Young Entrepreneurs Organization, Dr. Sumi Smart Francis, as he takes us on the topic, Oh God of Creation. Thank you so much, and over to you, sir.
Thank you very much, Emanuela. So good to see you, and so good to see a lot of your, anyway, she was talking about my topic, and I'm thinking, of course, we discussing, Oh God of Creation. There are creative topics to get us going all through our years. Thank you so much. Kenflow Mat Cleaning Services, your hand is raised. You can lower your hand now. We've passed that session for hand raising. We'll get back to you once we finish with today's message. And I just got a message right now from one of my creative guys to say I should place this message on recording for the purpose of those that want to listen to it later. I'm going to do that shortly. And while I'm doing that and setting up my device to record this for those who are going to pick it up later, I want to commend Titilayo. I don't know why Titilayo's our camera is now off. I saw her look. It's so African and it's so beautiful. Titilayo, I hope your device has not disconnected. You have been struggling as well on my side here with my connections. I'm trying to slide down the screens just to find out. If you are still in the room, switch on your camera once again. I want to see that beautiful African look you had up. It is an amazing look. But I can't find her in yet, but I don't know how many of you saw her. Tosin, did you see her? I don't know if Manuela noticed her as well. Well, it was a very nice, oh, you noticed Emma. It was a very nice outfit, and it's so good to see that beautiful African look. And I think where's Loretta? Look at Loretta as well. I think we should start spotlighting beautiful people in the room now. Start spotlighting people that are hot. Let's start spotlighting hot people in the room. Our African sisters looking great. Let's start doing that. Let's start doing that. Oh, they spotlighted Emanuela. Okay, good. That's so good to see you guys looking so nicely. Well, beautiful. Okay, that's nice. Okay, keep it coming, keep it coming. Why is it only the sisters that are looking nice? What happened to the brothers? But it's so good. It's so good to see our African sisters looking so great. Oh, oh my God, it's so amazing. Okay, that's nice. That's nice. Okay, then we can get into the business of today. But I've always said this: coming into the assembly, looking good, dressing up for it. It's very important. You don't know who you can meet here. This is a big community. It's global. It's a global space, and many people come to our YouTube and they join via our YouTube. We live stream every time, so you don't know who is watching. And you're a business person. Please try as much as possible to make sure that you switch on your camera, and of course, you look amazing. See assembly like an event, and see the money you spend on data as your transport money. It's actually very, very cheap. So just pay your transport, make sure you go there 10 minutes ahead, you get in on time, settle in, get a good background, relax. Like many of us, I see Evans looking so chilled and so relaxed. He really wants to hear from God. He wants to tap into the mindset of God. You can see his hands here like this, like, nah, tell me, I don't have time for all these things. I want to hear from God. It's an amazing. You know what? Who is best to learn from? Who other person, either on earth or in heaven, can we learn from than the Almighty himself? And if you've never thought about tapping into his mindset and his creativity, or probably you're mistaken and thinking this is a Christian or a religious thing, and I'm not a religious person, then you're making the biggest mistake of your life. You are God. You are made in his image. Whatever doctrine that you must have heard from or learned from, how come you have not learned from he that made you, the Creator himself? But before I start anything on the topic, O God of creation, I want us all to tap into the creativity of God, or probably, or preferably, I want us to acknowledge God's creativity. So I'm going to do a quick exercise. I want you to work with me here. Open up the chat room. Open up the chat room. I want us to do a quick exercise for everyone. Yes, let's start with it right now. I want you guys to let's start into God's creativity, or let's even acknowledge how creative he is. I want you to reposition your mouth. So if you were God, where else would you have put your mouth? Drop it in the chat section. Drop it, drop it, drop it, drop it. Drop it. Let's see, drop it. I'm waiting to read from you guys. If you were God, where would you have put your mouth? Make it snappy, guys. We are business people. We are creative people. We are entrepreneurs. We've got mind. Come on, let's drop it. By my leg, next to my knee, right by my chest, my stomach, on the belly. Directly above my stomach. I love this guy, Obakune. He shows how much he loves his food. He wants it right next to his stomach. Oh, Soliat said, I can't imagine anywhere else. I'm going to take that down. I can't imagine anywhere else. On my forehead, shows how much people can. So she's going to be talking right from my head. That's right, on her forehead. Let's see where else we got. I'm going to take about 4 more fastest people in the room. Let's see. On my chest, okay? Somebody said on my face. Oh my God, what is on my face? Somebody said in my brain. Oh my God, okay. I see that. Somebody says right where my eyes is. Okay, I can say. So I put one mouth here and one eyes here. Okay, that's very creative of you. And forehead, we have a lot of forehead, nowhere else. to the place where God has placed it. Okay. Now maybe that is making you feel like, okay, I'm trying now, I'm struggling to get it. Let's stop now. No more chats. My hair. Are you gonna have multiple hair, multiple mouths on your hair, or one mouth on your hair? I can't figure that out, but we will see as time goes on. Maybe we'll smile into that hair move. Let's try this then. Since that is a bit, some of us might struggle together. Let's try this one. And this is very, very easy, extremely easy. I think I've done this before. And this will help us acknowledge God's creativity. This is quite easy. And I expect every single one of us to participate in this one. Rename the lion. Rename the lion. Give the lion another name that you think this would have been a better name for the lion. I see Tammy's thinking. Yeah, she's got her eyes rolling and really thinking of what to give the lion. Drop it in the chat session. I'm waiting. Rename the lion. Somebody said Nilo. He wrote the lion backwards. Peculiar. You're really peculiar with your words. Jidudu. Oh, the Jidudu is coming. Oh, Jidudu. Okay. The Jidudu. Okay, let's get about two more. Django. I knew COS you want to give it something African. Give the lion Africa. Something African. Why is it taking you guys so long to just rename a lion Mufasa? Thank God for the movie. What would we have said, Matthew? Why is it taking you guys so long? Wow. Because you guys are something else. I'm gonna take two more. Onion. It don't. Jesus Christ. I see you guys are actually something else. Odogu, continue, glory, Jogo. In short, shut down this chat session. Shut it down. This was something else. I cannot tolerate my own people anymore. You guys are something else. But at the end of the day, I think this just helps us to acknowledge and to see how creative God is. Something as small as that. We were struggling. And even when we decided to give it names, it didn't make any form of sense or even any form of reasoning to what we are attaching to it. And some of us decided to make a joke out of it. But what is the most important thing here? Are the few or the many out of us that recognized, especially some that said there's no way else to put it, or there's no better name. And someone else acknowledged that, no, that sounds better. Where the mouth is as I speak to you, it's better, because I can imagine if it was in my stomach, I don't know how I'll be speaking to you guys right now. Was I going to stand up, put my belly in front of my camera? Was how it is? Because many people are funny to criticize. Humans criticize a lot, but I've noticed, in as much as people have been criticizing things on earth, not many has criticized God's creation and how He created them. This really shows how creative our God is and how powerful His mind is. And if we really entrepreneurs and we take advantage of opportunities, then why not take advantage of He that created us? The creativity behind the water in the coconut is beyond any of our innovations and our ideas. The water in the coconut, I don't know if some of you know this, it's called an endosperm. It's an endosperm, actually, for those of you who did science. It serves as a nutrition to the fruit and it keeps it fresh. That innovation that I've made the coconut as small as the coconut, and I decided to put that water in it. It's amazing. And I said to people, I said, the technology behind the woman's womb is far more than any invention. Life forming in a pregnant woman itself, it's a mystery. It's something that we cannot even comprehend how in a woman's womb, there's another life that is better. And right from the very beginning, it's growing and it's feeding. And if you watch some documentaries about how the formation of the eyes and how one very sharp object just comes and open up the eyelids and it goes to the other side and open up the eyelids right inside the womb without even cutting your nose. So I don't know how God does it, that thing just comes like a laser. It comes and cuts out the baby's eye, and then it crosses to the other side, leaving the nose, and cross out this, and we've got this beautiful eyes. And what kind of technology does that kind of perfection? Look at the mountains, the oceans, the suspension of the sky, the roar of the thunder, the effect of the lightning, the colors of the rainbows. Just look at the cuteness of the hands and the robustness of the elephant. Look at the chubbiness of the rhino. You see, God uses his creation as a canvas to paint his own character. Look at what he has made and you will see God and how great he is. He has used his creativity to explain to you that I am a big God. Then you look at the ocean and how it rumbles and tumbles and it stops by itself. It creates its own border. The suspension of the sky and doesn't fall every single day. You yourself know when you see those mountains, those icebergs, that this God is great. See what it did as he made this earth a painting that made you and I recognize that he is almighty. Isn't that creative? Now, how does such a person that perhaps you and I pray to, ask things from, worship, or we do not try to kind of like emulate, why not? What is stopping you from emulating God when you were made in his own image? Don't you know that you were given the privilege to think like him? For he said, let us make man in our own image. He gave us the power to do so. What is stopping you? Do you know that the only thing that sets man away from our side from every other animals is the kind of mindset he gave to us? The fact that he gave us the mind to create is the creative mindset that we have. That's what makes you different from a monkey. That's what makes you different from an antelope. That's what makes you different from a giraffe. So why are you functioning like a baboon when you can function like a human? Why are you not using the entire capacity of your brain? Do you know how shocking it is when I hear, or when we hear that it's a very tiny percentage of our brain that we use? What's happening to the rest? What is happening to the rest, African entrepreneurs and entrepreneurs joining from different parts of the world? There are so many things that we can take from God. But I'm going to share some things with you. Some very few things that we can tap into. And that's why I titled this topic, O God of Creation, tapping into the creative mindset of God. Now, let us start. What is the first thing we can tap into? It's touch. God's touch. You know, when he touches something, there is a sign that this was done by God. I've given you some examples. I've broken down just shared some little examples of his creation and mentioned some things. And even you and I know that when we look closely at something as small as a butterfly, you know, this is not man-made. This is not China-made, and neither is it Russia-made. This was made by God. Just the life cycle of a butterfly is something itself on its own that shows that this was done by his magnificent mindset. There is a God's touch in his creation. Look to the sky. Look at how the clouds are formed, and you can see this is a touch. African entrepreneurs, how many things have you touched where people can mention your name and say, David was here? I can see David's touch in this. I need to just quickly switch off our device. I think it's my aircon. Just give me a millisecond. Just hold on. Yeah, much better. Yes, what have you touched? Where they can say Jane was here, Fred was here, Sunil was here, NEC was here. Have you left mark behind what you've done? Is there a sign of excellence that follows you around, that even at your absence, people can recognize your work done? Is there something unique about you that when anybody walks around, or people that even knows you well, would say, no, this was done by Emmanuel? Do you have a touch to your work? Do you have a sign of excellence that even when you produce something, when you innovate something, when you manufacture something, people can say this was done by Grace, this was done by Joseph? African entrepreneurs, and I speak to you dearly from the bottom of my heart today. I've seen a lot of innovations coming out from China. I've seen coming out from the US and a lot from Europe. And I've seen a lot from Africa. We need that touch. And you and I agree, especially when it comes to machineries and technologies, that you would see that this guy invented a car, and then you'll be wondering, why is his own car looking like this and the Chinese car is looking like that? Yes, I do understand that maybe there are some commodities and some devices that you need before you can make your own specimen look that good. But why not try get those specimens before you launch? Why not? If it's not right, do not present. If it is not right, do not present. It's not that the Chinese cannot take up that remote or that air conditioner on that car and present it the way we Africans also present, but they also wanted to give it that touch. So they make sure that they get all the right raw materials that gives that device or the innovation a perfect look. African entrepreneurs, we need the touch. Now let's look at his confirmation. The scripture, all holy books, both the Quran and the Bible, says he looked at everything he has made and it was beautiful. What does that tell you? God looks back. Many of us do projects, ideas, innovations, assignments, and we do not check it. We do not look at it again. We submit it. You cannot get that touch without revising what you have created. You cannot get that touch without revisiting your innovations. We just submit things, projects, products, without looking back for it and looking out for errors around it. He is God. He didn't need to look back at his creation. But if God himself can inspect what he created, how much more you and I? Whatever you have launched, whatever you're about to sell, whatever you have presented, inspect it. In short, entrepreneurs from all over the world, inspect yourself. When you look at the mirror, do not look at the mirror with the impression of seeing what you have created in your mind that you want to see. Look at yourself in the mirror with the eye of an inspection. So inspect yourself. Is my jacket sitting properly before I go for this meeting? Is my tie sitting appropriately? Do I look okay? And then if that confirms, if you get all those checklists, then present yourself to the world. All this nonchalant attitude about how you look, about how your product looks, about how your services look, should stop here today. Tap into the mindset of God and revisit everything that you do, be it on yourself, for yourself, to the public, or to your clients. Because when you revisit, you would see all the small loopholes that you need to correct. If God can do it, so you can. His confirmations. He confirmed that it was beautiful, and then he rested. Confirm to yourself, this service is nice. This product is nice. Now I can sell it. God is very coordinated, guys. Very, very coordinated. Think about it. He's so organized that he did what he could do in one day and did it in 7 days. He is God. He could create the entire world in a day. Do you disagree? Yes, he can. What is the difference of let there be light and let everything inside of it fall into place? You and I will have said that if we had those powers. But just because of how coordinated he is, he didn't abuse those powers. He planned with his powers. He was patient enough to take things one step at a time and look through it. Guys, be coordinated with the things you're doing. Be very coordinated, be it an assignment given to you, be it a project you're working on. Plan it properly. Don't just jump into things and jump out of it. What you present has a lot to do with who you are. God wanted us to see God, and so he presented his things very well. If he has given us something that we could invent all this while, maybe we will have neglected his existence. Do you understand? So if you do not want people to neglect who you are, or how capable you are, or how intelligent you are, be careful what you present. When given an assignment, go into it with everything. Revisit it. Reconfirm your work and be organized with your presentation. Plan it well. On Monday, I'm going to do this. Tuesday, I'm going to do this because I'm going to submit this by Friday. You know, when you're planning a project and innovation, take your time to check it well. Take your time to organize it well and present it properly. I said it again. If God can, so can you. He rebrands. He rebrands. He changed the name of Abraham, Jacob, changed the name of Saul, even Sarah, and some others in the Bible. So you might need to also rebrand for your destination. For your vision and mission, there are some things in your life that you might need to rebrand. If God can look at some things he has created and say at this time you've got to change, I'm no longer going to call you this, you shall be called this because of this, then so it applies to you. There's some rebranding that you might need to do. It might have to do with your character, with your personality. It might even have to do with your name. It might have to do with the entire year. For the destination that you're going, there's a kind of appearance that we expect. So make sure that you do not get there looking or not looking like the vision. Let me put it that way. So you know what you've planned for yourself and for your future. Check, does this character align with where I'm going? Does this brand align with the plan and the goals and vision and the objective of this brand? God rebrands. So can you. Now, guys, most importantly, there is one aspect of him that created us that I want to talk about. And it is mind. God's mind. God gave us the ability to imagine without limitation. And I said it before, it's what sets us aside from every other animals that he created. He has given us the ability to travel in our imagination and create whatever it is that we want to create. Take your time to imagine, guys. Take your time. I can bet you today, I think the reason why God took 7 days was he took time imagining. The creation for him wasn't a big deal. It was the imagination that took some time. I suspect, but I can bet. When we get to heaven, let's find out. He wanted to okay, the ocean. And he took his time to imagine in his mind how he wanted it before he said, let it be like this. When some of us are given things to do, just because we are lazy to imagine, we want to submit it as quickly as we can. We are lazy to imagine what many ways can this thing exist? What many ways can this product exist? How better can this thing look? I'm looking at this wall right now. How great or how better can this look? We are too lazy to do that. And that is an insult to your creation. You're a powerful machine. And you have been planted a chip that does not have a limit. But are you using it? Are you using it enough? Apply some time to projects and do not accept anything without trying other things. Exhaust your options before you choose. See, I have uprooted many things. People close to me know I have brought down constructions before many times. I have canceled many projects. I have restarted many things. My creative guys, if they're in this room, they will tell you right now that they know that I would cancel an entire video and say, start again. Sometimes it can look very disgusting and tiring when somebody pushes you to that wall. But I bet you, there's never a single time that I did this. Every victim and culprit in this scenario come back to me and say, thank you. Most especially my creatives. They would say, President, this now looks much better. I'm glad you pushed me to the wall. Now think about it. What if I didn't push these guys enough to be able to explore their own imagination? I was only doing them that favor to harness that which God has given to them. We are too lazy to imagine. You get to a project, you're looking at it, you revisit it like God, but you still cannot see what is wrong. because you are not going into that mindset of creativity to bring out what exactly can be wrong in this instance. What exactly can be wrong?
I think we've lost Mr. President.
That is the only time when they know how to use it. Sorry, can you hear me? Can anyone hear me?
Yes, we can hear you now. Yes.
Okay, great. Do you want to tell me where I cut off so I pick up?
You were saying that's the only time where we can
Great.
really tap into.
Yes, I said clearly that a lot of us use our imagination when we worry. That is the only time it not dawn on them that, okay, now I can. That is when their own imagination comes to play. For good things, their projects during supervision, imagination and creativity is absent. But when they begin to worry, they know very well how to use their imagination. Now then it comes to them, what if this thing does not work? What if I die in the hospital? What if I have an accident? What if I don't get paid for this client? What if this project falls apart? What if now their imagination comes with their worry, it magnifies it so big. And of course, because the devil understands very well how powerful the imagination is, then it pushes your gift to you more. Worry is a waste of imagination. You are wasting that gift. Apply that gift to the right aspect. It was not meant for you to stress or to worry. It was meant for you to create, to supervise, to invent, to initiate, and to execute. Use your imagination more. Imagination helps to bring the reality, that which was not there. It's a very powerful gift and it has no limits. And imagination and creativity works together. And that's why Albert Einstein said, he said, creativity is seeing what others see and thinking what no one else has ever thought. What does this say to you? That we can gather in this room together. We can be saying some things together. We can see the same things together. But my mind is not where you are. My mind has left you and has started seeing far beyond what you have seen on these same projects. It's our year of professionalism. If you want to be a professional, when you look at a project, at a product, at an assignment, when given to you, see it where others have seen it, or think about it the way others have never thought about it. That is the only time we refer to you as an expert. And you can get this from God. You can get it from God. Thinking what others said it can never be possible. Many years ago, you would agree with me that if they say to us, mankind, you would be able to use video call to call each other. Some people, because they can never imagine it, they would say this is absolutely sorcery. It's impossible. How can I video call someone 1,000 miles away from me? We generation enjoys this technology. I would think, oh, it's been like that. I speak to somebody that used the pager or somebody that used the fax machine. So right now you can video call someone. They will tell you it's never possible. They were not even able to imagine it. So how would they have created it? So would you join me and imagine that few years or many years from now, we'll be able to teleport ourselves? You might not be needing to travel to the US anymore. You can teleport to the US. And then you get there right in front of your mom and say, hi, how are you doing? I just came to see you for a few hours. I'm going to Germany. Some of you cannot imagine it. Some of you think I'm crazy. Wait for the innovation. We will be alive when it starts. You know, so that's how crazy imagination is. It makes the impossible reality. Actually, imagination is the soil that brings the impossible to life. You're not paying for it. It costs you nothing. The question then is, why are you not using it? Go back to that business that you're doing and begin to imagine, what is wrong here? How else can I get clients? What else can I use to my marketing? What aspect can I use to attract people more? How can I raise funds? How else can I attract my customers? How else can I touch and impact lives? What other things can I do to bring income? How better can I be at work? What else can I do to show the best that I have? When you begin to explore this imagination of yourself and your potential, it solves the impossible in you and brings it to reality. Whatever your mind can see, your heart can believe, and your brain can execute. Why then are you not thinking? Why cut yourself short? African entrepreneurs, I want to encourage you today. It's an encouragement message to tell you to use more of your creativity. Use it. It can never finish. You cannot use up your creativity. The more you use it, the more you have it. And that's why I encourage everyone, anytime you find atmospheres for things like this, engaging, creativity, talking, speaking, drawing, singing, whatever creative talent you want to harness or invent or bring, anywhere you find the opportunity, throw yourself out there. Because the more you utilize your creativity, the more you have it, the stronger it becomes. So volunteer yourselves everywhere, every social gathering, where you know there's something inside of you that you desire. Actually, if you understand, oh God of creation, you understand that there is nothing you cannot create, either inside of you or outside of you. Listen carefully. If you understand your capacity well, then you start imagining more. And let me warn you once again, stop using your imagination and your creativity to worry. Don't. Stop it. I am worse. When I think of something negatively, I create it to an extent. People that know me know this. I exaggerate it to an extent that people do not even understand. How did my mind go that worse? That's how bad my own mind is. And I know a lot of us do it, a lot of creatives do it. We direct that energy and apply it to the right things of life. Be creative in your homes. Be creative in your relationship, in your family, in your business, with your loved one. Because creativity makes life fun. It brings out the value that another person sees you and they appreciate God in your life. Every single one of us have it. Stop being boring. Stop being boring. Be creative in all you do. And I beg you, with my eyes closed, I beg you, stop accepting the basic. No. If it's not excellence, reject it. Demand excellence. Stop accepting basic, either from your tailor, from your painter, from your driver, from your colleagues, from your staff, from your family members, from your friends. Do not accept basic. Let them know, like I said, your touch. Let them even be able to say, my chief of staff was giving me his daily report and he spoke to me 2 days ago. He said, I told the bricklayers, the guys working on the construction, and he said to me, I said to them, do you think president will accept this? People need to be able to say that about you. Do they think Tammy would accept this when she comes? How he knew that about me, I don't know. But he must have followed me so well to know that I would never accept the basic. If you can adapt this, imagine if our skies were not blue and beautiful. Imagine if God gave us a green, gray, dark, ugly sky. Imagine if he gave us a basic sky with a basic ocean. Imagine this. Would you still call him God? That is exactly what I'm saying. That don't accept the basic. Demand excellence, because creativity is a wild mind with a disciplined eyes. Search for errors and make corrections. Live like God. Be like God, because you are God. My name is Somis Matt Francis, and I am nothing without God. Thank you so much.
Amazing, amazing. Thank you so, so much. Wow, I'm literally short of words. I don't know what to say, honestly. I've been listening so carefully to every single word that has come out of Mr. President's mouth. And before I even say anything, let's give him another round of applause for that, because it's been an amazing session. I can't even underestimate the power of all that he has just taught us. Wow, thank you so much, Mr. President, for your teaching and for sharing with us from your wealth of wisdom. We do not ever take you for granted for any reason in this world. We appreciate you and we love you for all that you do for us. Thank you so much. I mean, all that he has shared with us today is basically an eye-opener for me, especially because it has taught me a lot. It has been able to show me how important it is for you to stand out as an entrepreneur, as a career person, whatever it is, whatever field that you're in, what makes you stand out, what makes you different from other entrepreneurs. As a tailor, what makes you different from other tailors? As a makeup artist, what makes you different from other makeup artists? It is only when you're able to creatively tap into the creative mindset which God has put into you, that you can be outstanding, that you can be different. Like he said, think outside the box and make maximum use of your creativity, because God has impacted us with so much, and we're just making a little use of it. We're not fully tapping into our potentials as entrepreneurs. So if you want to be excellent, if you want to achieve excellent results in your business, in your entrepreneur journey, in your career, make sure you put yourself in the creative mindset of your creator, which is God. So thank you once again, Mr. President, for all that you've just taught us today. I'm sure that I'm not the only person that has been impacted by your teaching today. So if anybody is here and the teaching has touched you in any way, the teaching has been able to give you any form of eye-opener and you would want to share with us today, feel free to use the reaction button. And of course, we'll call you to share whatever it is that you've learned from Mr. President's teaching today. And of course, if there's any question that you have to ask as well, this is the time to do that. Make sure you use the reaction button and we will call you so that you can ask your questions. And of course, Mr. President will give you some answers to your question. So if there's anything that you want to share, any way that the teaching has impacted you and you're willing to share with us today, this is the time. Please use the reaction button and we'll call you for you to be able to do that right away. Thank you so much. All right, so I can see Martin. Martin, if you're ready for us, over to you. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone, once again.
Good evening.
Yes, the devil is a liar, because when I wanted to give my testimony, all of a sudden, I couldn't speak. Everything just cut off. But I'm glad I'm here. I'm glad to be back to the assembly. And I will use one stone to kill two birds. Please permit me. My testimony I wanted to share earlier was that I survived an accident. I was, oh God of creation, the topic of today is just my testimony. So I just want the whole assembly to just join me in thanking God for his wonderful work upon my life, because I would have lost my legs. I was bedridden for almost 6 weeks, and that's why I've not been participating in the assembly. So please help me thanking God for that. And I'm so glad to be back in the assembly once again. Yes, Mr. President, in fact, as always, it's just a wonderful time to be with you in this assembly. And one thing that I just want to pick is that we should always emulate God in his creativity. I just love that statement. That's the summary of everything for me, that I should emulate God in his creativity, in everything. Even when I look at all the things around us, sometimes we describe the cars that everyday inventions come out. People are thinking every day. People are thinking. We think that we have seen the best car. We have seen the best model. Just wait for the next 3 months. Somebody has come out with a better design. So that's how creative we can be. And it's just an encouragement to us to think out of the box, to do better than we are doing. It can always be better. The best is yet to come. So we can always be better than even the best that we have right now. And please, Mr. President, can you repeat that statement? I was trying to write it, but you are so fast. Whatever your mind can see, your heart something, please, Mr. President. Thank you so much, Mr. President. I'm so grateful. I'm glad to be back. Thank you.
Go and find the audio. Go and find the audio. No repeats. The audio will be thrown out for you, I guess, during the course of the week, and then you get the full ones. Thank you.
Wow. Thank you so much, Martin, for sharing your testimony with us. We are so happy, and we're grateful to God for keeping you alive with us here today. We're so happy to see your face. We've missed you so much. I mean, your absence has been greatly felt. And thank you so much for sharing how the teaching has impacted you. Of course, definitely, we should emulate God in his creativity. Yes, we absolutely agree with you on that. Thank you once again for sharing. We're going to move on right away to the next person. I can see Sandra. Sandra, if you're ready for us, I would love to hand over to you so that you can share with us how the teaching today has impacted you. Sandra, are you there?
Yes, I am. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening, good evening.
Okay, Mr. President, thank you so much for, I don't just know what to say, but it's just one special question to us. And like the topic, oh God of creation, God actually sent you down here for majority of persons who really need to be touched by creativity. Well, for me, what I just want to add to what Mr. President has said is every one of us should appreciate yourself. Appreciate yourself and make something reasonable out of your life. Tell yourself that you didn't just come to this world to just eat, drink, have fun, and then make the money and just die. You came to actually do a lot. And, as the day comes by, more activities on what you need to do, keeps revealing. So when you look at yourself in the mirror, tell yourself that you can actually achieve as many tasks as possible as God has made. I want to draw this for every entrepreneur and love yourself. Because the Bible said, I'm going to refer to the Bible, it says, it made us, so you need to, and love what you do. Love the passion you have, love the business you're doing, love the job you're doing, and love people as well. When you love people, you love God, and appreciate his creativity as well. Thank you so much. So let us try and then try and also help other people around. There are so many persons that need our touch. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Sandra, for sharing with us today how the teaching has impacted you. And of course, we absolutely agree with you when you say that we should also help other people with our thoughts, with our creativity, with our mindset and everything like that. So once again, thank you so much for sharing. We'll be moving right on to IPH. I think it's iPhone, but this is why it's important for us to always rename ourselves so that it's not difficult to be able to address us. So IPH, I can see you on my screen. If you're ready for us, over to you. Thank you.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Yes, we can hear you. We can hear you. Go ahead. Thank you.
Mr. President, Sami, you made mention of teleportation. And our logo is, how much more can we achieve while we're alone? And how much more can we achieve when we come together? Now, we're going to work on teleportation. Teleportation has never been invented by any country in the whole world. So now, Nigeria now, putting Nigeria at the landmark now, at the scale of this teleportation now, how can we get the meaning of this teleportation imagine teleportation and creating teleportation, making it a definition to study. So if we can come together to make use of teleportation as a key study, I see something big in this teleportation. Teleportation, telephone, aeroplane, Sean, anything, Sean. So,
Thank you so much, IPH iPhone. Thank you. Of course, I'm sure that Mr. President will reply to you, maybe in the chat room. So just look out for his reply on your Sean. Thank you. All right, so we'll be moving on now to Mr. Sunil. Mr. Sunil, I hope you're ready for me. I can see you smiling. Thank you so much, and over to you.
Mr. President, I'm actually speechless, to be honest. Every time I think it can't get any better, and you catch me playing football with 2 left feet. I mean, it just gets better and better. And I'll tell you, I don't know if how many people have caught these small little things that you said. You said God rebrands, and so can you. You said that, and you said worry is a waste of imagination. Wow, I mean, you just got to think of what you started with, something, the magnitude of what God is and His creation is. I mean, in the littleness of our mind, we don't think that big. We don't think that the magnitude of it. We just think, no, we can't do it. We can't do this. We can't do that. But God is, what you were saying in this whole session is that He has given us that power. You said something else. God can do it, so can you. He's given us that power to do it. We are not tapping into that. And that's what you were saying all the time. And like I said, you've taken it to another level. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Sunil. Thank you. There's one thing you said there, if God can do it, definitely we can do it. I absolutely agree with you. Like they always say, we are made in the image of God. So if our Father, our Creator, can be so creative, can be so detailed to the last dot, why not? We can definitely be like our Creator. If He can do it, we can definitely do it as well. Thank you so much for sharing with us today. We are grateful. All right. I'm sure that we've been able to get so much from today's teaching, and I look forward to the next Saturday, the first Saturday of next month, because that'll be the next time that our president and founder is going to be teaching us from his wealth of knowledge, of course. Once again, thank you so much, Mr. President. We're really grateful. We love and we appreciate you for all that you do for us here in AYE. Thank you so much. Okay, so we're about to round up, and don't go anywhere. There will be a little time for dancing, celebration, and everything. So make sure you don't go anywhere. Stay till the end of the assembly. Okay, right away, because I intentionally left it out, we are yet to celebrate our celebrants for the month of June, because this month is very, very special to me. I mean, we've gone from January, February, March, April, May, and now we're in June. We've gotten to the middle of the year 2023. So it's a very, very special one. We all need to celebrate for being alive today. Such a privilege to be alive, such a privilege to be here with all these amazing people from all across Africa. So now it is time for us to celebrate all our African brothers and sisters born in the month of June. We love you all. We want to celebrate with you today. If you know that you're born in the month of June, just click on the lower side of your screen, which says reaction. Click on the, I don't know, just give me a thumbs up or give me any reaction at all, and then we'll spotlight you and we'll celebrate with you, of course. So if you're born in the month of June, if your wedding anniversary is in June, if there's anything at all that you're celebrating in the month of June, if your work anniversary is in June, make sure that you raise your hand so that we can all celebrate with you today. Thank you so much as you do that. DJ Keith.
toi joyeux anniversaire. On est tous venus ce jour pour ton anniversaire. On vient tous de loin pour que ton anniversaire soit une réussite en ce jour, donc happy birthday. Faut te lever pour danser, happy birthday. Personne n'est fatigué, avec toi on va s'enjailler. Bouge c'est maintenant ça commence. Aujourd'hui c'est ton jour, et ça vous bringue des sans s'arrêter, parce que c'est ton anniversaire. Il n'y aura pas de poisson si on a checké, hein. J'espère que tu as envoyé le cadeau, hein. Tes amis sont là, ta famille est là, les tontons sont là, les tontines aussi sont là, tous les parrains sont là, les marraines aussi sont là. En tout cas, faut pas t'inquiéter, nous on a su la soirée pour toi. Chantez. Personne n'est fatigué, avec toi on va s'enjailler. Bouge ma dembe, aujourd'hui c'est ton jour. Et ça vous bringue des sans s'arrêter, parce que c'est ton anniversaire. Le gars est joli, la femme est jolie, les invités sont jolis, mais on ne va pas que parler et danser, hein. On mangera aussi. Y'a à manger à gogo, la boisson pour la flot. Si tu veux bobiser, sinon fais emporter. C'est tout ça là qui fait que anniversaire. En tout cas, faut pas t'inquiéter, nous on a su la soirée pour toi. Chantez.
Thank you so much, DJ Keith. Thank you so much. And everyone who has their birthday in the month of June, we wish you a happy birthday, long life and prosperity to you. May God grant you all your heart desires as you turn a year older today. We love you and we celebrate with all of you today. Thank you so much. Okay, so we're about to end the assembly for today. Don't go anywhere. Remember, this is our month of our year of professionalism. So whatever we start, we like to finish. Okay, so we'll be rounding up in a bit. We're just going to take our announcement and then a few minutes of dance, and then we go. So thank you so much as we round up the assembly today. Thank you.
Thank you for joining us at the assembly today. My name is Tosi. Kindly listen to the following announcement. The Entrepreneurs Assembly holds every Saturday at 6 p.m. GMT +1, 8 p.m. CAT. Check your time zone so that you do not miss out, and remember to set your reminders. We have interesting activities for each Saturday of the month. Starting from the last Saturday of the month, we have Entrepreneurs Virtual Market, where you get the chance to market your products and services, and an avenue that gives your business the needed visibility to various entrepreneurs on our platform and our social media pages for possible customers, clients, and partners. The third Saturdays are for our fireside chat, where we connect with 5 wonderful African entrepreneurs across the continent doing exploits in their businesses. They share inspiring stories of their entrepreneurship journey, their challenges, and their success stories. Second Saturdays are days we have guest speakers comprising of international thought leaders bringing their expertise and wealth of experience to the assembly, speaking across a variety of topics in various fields. And of course, the first Saturday is when you get to listen to our president and founder, Dr. Sumi Smart Francis, as he shares his wealth of knowledge on various topics, which are always inspiring and life-transforming moments. Trust me, you don't want to miss listening to him. Do well not to miss any of these power-packed Saturdays, and always use the link to join www.ayeorganization.com/assembly, which has been dropped in the chat box for you. You can also share this link with your family and friends so that others can enjoy what you are also enjoying. Put it on your status and social media platforms. We also have a special set of people who have volunteered to serve in different capacities to make the assembly a success. We call them assembly leaders, as we believe that anyone who volunteers towards the good cause of moving Africa forward is deemed a leader and joins the weekly assembly team to serve in different capacities. To become an assembly leader, chat the number currently dropped in the chat box now, or send a direct message to the host. We constantly support entrepreneurs across the continent. You can be part of those who support the work that we do by donating to the organization. The donation link is posted in the chat box. Follow at AYE Organization and at Africa's Young Entrepreneurs on all social media platforms to keep abreast of happenings in the organization. Have you done that? If you haven't, remember to do so immediately after the assembly. If you're inspired by our messages and you want to rewatch, kindly visit our YouTube page at Africa's Young Entrepreneurs. Our Telegram page and group is open to everyone. The link has been dropped in the chat. Kindly click now to get added to the group for further information from the organization. Don't leave yet, as there will be a short time for music where we get to dance and share moments of fun and laughter as you connect to the chat room while having the spotlight on different people. It only takes about 5 to 10 minutes. You don't want to miss it. And of course, I'm looking forward to chatting with you in the comment section.
Wow, thank you so much, Mrs. Tosin, for that beautiful video. You looked absolutely splendid in the video. Thank you. So just like she said in the video, make sure you do not miss any of our assemblies. We convene here every Saturday by 6 p.m. GMT+1. So make sure you always attend the assembly, be consistent. And next week, of course, we'll be having a special guest join us in this room to give us a lot of information from their own wealth of wisdom. So make sure you don't miss out on that. Bring someone into the room. You shouldn't be in this room alone. This is not a community where you should be alone. Make sure you bring your family, your friend, whoever you would love to be part of this experience with you. Bring them into the room. Make sure you're joined by someone next week, Saturday. I'm sure everyone can agree with me that it's been an amazing time, a time well spent in the assembly today. Thank you all so much for attending today's assembly. We really appreciate all these lovely faces that we saw here today. Thank you all so much. Okay, so don't leave yet. I'll be handing over to the Chief of Staff of our President, Mr. Faith, as he takes us on our mantra, our AYE mantra. However, during our dance session, I would love for us to connect in the chat room. This is the opportunity, or this is the time where we all get to connect, interact, exchange numbers if possible. Of course, this is a community which encourages collaboration. So make sure you connect with other entrepreneurs. You may never know who you would need in your business or who you would need in your path or in your career. So make sure you connect with each and every one of us here while we dance and celebrate. I'm sure everyone is impacted today, and we are all ready to go into the month of June with so much positive energy, with new drive, with new energy, of course. So thank you all so much once again. And I hand over to you, Mr. Faith Olaniyi, to take us on our mantra. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Emanuela. Thank you so much. And of course, thank you, Mr. President, again for that mind-blowing session. Oh, God of creation. We actually did tap into the creative mind of God. You know, as basic as that power of imagination. Of course, I'm supposed to just take the closing mantra. But there's one thing that I've always been privileged to do. And that thing comes from, you know, Mr. President says that serious knows sometimes can know what he's thinking. But even if I don't know it, I'm also privileged to and be honored. I'm always honored to even know what is next, right? And I want to announce the next topic. But you can see the way I'm taking my time, because I remember President was asking me, do I like it? My mind, I'm like, please tell me we're not changing this topic. Like, please, please, the topic is mind-blowing. It is, when I tell you, I'm sure you can't wait. And I'm sure you will have the kind of feeling I'm feeling. It was wrestling against flesh and blood. We are all excited. We thought that was over. Oh God of creation. Everybody were looking forward to that. So I'll tell you the next one. And we'll see how excited we all would be. It is simple. It is very simple. And I've actually said the first two words in my last sentence. It is very simple. I said the first two words in my last sentence. So it remains just one word left. And it is finished. It is finished. I can see Emanuela clapping already. The way we have, oh God of creation, tapping into the creative mindset of God, it is finished. It is the joy of completion. It is finished, the joy of completion. For a lot of deep people, I'm sure we want to start thinking, what's President going to say? I can't wait. I wish we can even put okay, what do you think President will say on this topic? It is finished, the joy of completion. I'm sure many of you learned a lot from all of this session we've had, wrestling against flesh and blood, even when we have our fireside chats and all of those things. And I could imagine, having your team members, especially most of us that are entrepreneurs. Of course, we have team members, we have staff, we have employers, we have employees. Imagine them listening to all of these things. So it is to say that the way you think, you already know that they understand what imagination means. You're expecting tomorrow that your team member should be able to come up with an innovative idea just because the person came to, oh God of creation. So you can see why it's important to not just be the one to attend, but to even come with people that this would also be beneficial to. As an entrepreneur, this is for free. I mean, look at how much some companies will pay for personal development, this training, that training and all of those things. It is free. In short, you can tell them that there's a platform you used to go to that you take your time. Of course, you won't say you paid for it, but you can give the hype and let them know why they should actually come. And I'm sure if you've been blessed today, like I have, you can guarantee that your team members would be glad that, yes, you asked them to come. So I'm expecting that for it is finished, and of course, even for subsequent session, that you do not just come alone, that you bring your team, you come together with your team to ensure that they all tap from this wealth of knowledge, this wealth of experience and learning, and of course, they even connect with other people in Africa. I'm sure we don't want to be selfish. We don't want to be alone. We want to wrestle against that flesh that will tell us to just come alone. All right, and of course, I can't wait for it is finished. The joy of completion. My mission is to take us on the closing mantra, and I will do just that. All right, so as we all know, we put our hand again like the fist, and it's simple for those that are just joining us. When I say, if you can achieve this much alone, you respond with, how much more can we achieve together? Of course, I will not do this alone. So I would ask a lot of people here to unmute their mic. Emanuela, please join me. I can see Mr. President trying to unmute his mic already. Thank you so much, sir. Mrs. Bitoye, please join me. Of course, Tinu, join me. Everyone join me, and let's do this together as one Africa. Africa's young entrepreneurs. If you can achieve this much alone,
Thank
you. The kids, light it up.
You're rocking with the best. This is Africa's Young Entrepreneurs, where African entrepreneurs at home and in the diaspora come together to connect, collaborate, and build strategic partnerships. Join us now.
shakara combination. I see people under the tambourino dancing. I guess there is a celebration. Mama wa loco loco, leke udo. Baba chere na, I'm the only one at home. All I want to do now is dance the wombo lumbo. So I lock up and keep kokorola bekondo. Where do they have you? Yeah. Come see my picking at the Arubo de Colombo. Wombo Lombo. Wombo Lombo. Wombo Lombo. Let go. Wombo Lombo. Anytime below. Wombo Lombo. Go when you suck back, you need to come back. Dancing wombo lumbo. So I lock up and keep kokorola bekondo. Where do they have you? Yeah. Come see my picking at the Arubo de Colombo. Wombo lumbo. Wombo lumbo. Wombo lumbo. I see a bed. Let go. Wombo lumbo. I hear the sound of a tambourino, talking drums and shakara combination. I see people under the tambourino dancing. I guess there is a celebration. Go dance wombo lumbo. Dance wombo lumbo. Wombo lumbo. Making you dance wombo lumbo. Wombo lumbo. Go dance wombo lumbo. Wombo lumbo. Dance wombo lumbo.
Baby Remix.
Écoutez la guida solo tengo una tête comme ça, la caisse claire, racataca comme ça, là, il faut danser. Hey, il essaie de faire des rangements comme ça, là, de tourner la tête et le cou comme ça, là, il faut danser. Vérifier, c'est le dérangement, attends la coupe, le samo de man, levez les mêmes mains, tourner les reins, équilibré, hasta la vista. Danser, 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 danser.
On est virus. C'est fait pour danser, pour danser. Nous sommes un virus dans vos vies. À l'opium invité comme Messi. Le sang il vient d'ici. Est envahi, est conquis. On attaque avant maquillage. Et quand ça danse on dit don't touch.
Baby
Danser, danser, danser. Chacalisme le système là.
Brequeto moana, machekelato moana, ba repepe bise. Murigelato moana, les avant pour danser quand Jean-Jean babise, ba repepe bise.
Baby Remix.com.
Docteur Podium et ma Afrique Force. À la pied, pied, pied. À la pied, pied, pied. Max Gradel, Gervinho, Yaya Touré champion. À la pied, pied, pied. À la pied,
rocking with the best. This is Africa's Young Entrepreneurs, where African entrepreneurs at home and in the diaspora come together to connect, collaborate, and build strategic partnerships. Join us now.